it's just me and my dad. We're dressed up nice, and the restaurant thought we were on a date, so they sent us like roses and champagne. I'm like, that's my biological father. That's
You were like,
that's
she's giving gold digger.
That's my daddy, not my sugar daddy. That man, like I share half of his DNA. This is not what it looks like.
I also feel like the fact that they assume that is very bold of them. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Definitely Delusional. My name is Dean.
And I'm Emily.
Happy Valentine's Day, girl.
Happy Valentine's Day, babe.
I don't even know. I call it a singles day because, girl, I haven't really celebrated Valentine's Day like ever.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Valentine's Day personally. I feel like it's just kind of overdone. It's a little tacky. I know I sound like a hater. I'm not a hater. I just think, the one day of the year that you're going to put forth effort, be so for real. I mean, you can't make a reservation 364 days out of the fucking year, but here you are swooping, going to the Red Lobster.
Capitalism. It's literally capitalism. That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's just like, it's effort, girly. If you're going to have some guy become the knight in shining armor on the one day of the year in the middle of winter, and you guys procreate and make more Scorpios, which I do love Scorpios, by the way, so continue procreating with the world because I do love them.
Speak for yourself.
I love them. Misunderstood.
Yeah, no. I mean, here's the thing, though. Not to say I wouldn't be crazy and like if a guy like actually like did actually something for me like for Valentine's Day, I wouldn't like be like, oh my god, like let's get married. But the idea of Valentine's Day is very like capitalism.
Yeah, it's a made up holiday.
Yeah,
it's literally a made up holiday. But that's okay.
Yeah,
I love made up holidays. I literally am obsessed with made up holidays.
Is it?
Yeah, totally.
How long has it been around? I haven't done
the history of Hallmark.
Not Hallmark, girl. They're gonna come for you. They're gonna come for us. We'll bleep them out. It's fine. No, but anyway, this episode is sponsored by Viagra. Just kidding.
It should be. I mean, that is kind of that's kind of the main player of the day.
I mean, listen.
No shame.
I wouldn't be mad if some guys used it because I'm like, ooh.
No.
I would want you to stay harder for longer. I'm not talking about my Tuesday.
So the drought's over?
The drought has been over for me. How about you, girl?
Yes. The drought's over, but that's okay. We'll get into that. That's for another time. That's for another time. It is. That's for another time. I do want to plug this for all women out there or people that have clitorises and vaginas. Those male enhancement drugs work just the same on you. So baby girl, don't be shy. Pop that little blue pill and have yourself a good time. Because circulation. And I think more women need to know that.
Okay, not you. Go off, doctor.
I know, because apparently sex and gender begin at conception. And so we're all females. If you think about that argument that the government's having right now. So everybody either have a penis or a clitoris, so you pop that blue pill and you have yourself a good old time, baby.
Girl, I just blacked out. When you said government, I just blacked out. Like, literally every time now, I'm like, I've been avoiding the headline because every time I read, I like go into a deep dive, and then I'm like in like a panic mode because I'm like, what is this? And then also it's like, put down the pen. Bitch, put down the pen. The pen is tired. What the fuck?
The pen is tired and so am I. I'm exhausted.
Fucking day. I'm like, something is being signed. Something's being...
Deep dive into depression.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I'm really excited for, like, because this episode is coming out on Valentine's Day, is tomorrow, bitch. Mm-hmm. The day after Valentine's Day when chocolate's like 50% off, and then the day after tomorrow, it's like 75% off, and it's like,
I love it. I'm a menace at the local supermarket. 50% off of any kind of good candy I want, forget it. It's mine.
In this economy, though, probably now it's like 50% off is probably retail. Like, let's be fucking honest. Did you look at the price of eggs?
Don't even get me started. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store. There was none on the shelf. None.
Yeah.
None.
Honestly, the egg aisle is starting to look like my, like, not my sex life, but my dating life, where it's like, no one's going to crack my eggs. Like, what the fuck?
It's a graveyard.
It's a graveyard.
Of all the eggs that could have been. It's just like a shelf that's empty.
The shelf that's empty? Actually, that could be a memoir. That could be my memoir. The shelf is empty.
The shelf that's empty.
The shelf is empty with Dean.
No eggs fertilized, no eggs cracked, no omelets to be found.
I mean, but people would fight me. They're like, yeah, it's because you're gay.
You can still crack some eggs, babe.
Yeah. It's
Where there's a
true.
will, there's a way.
That's true. I feel like I was conceived on Valentine's Day.
No, babe. You were definitely later.
No.
Well, okay.
Well, maybe.
No, I think we did the math. You probably were St. Patrick's Day. We did the math in an earlier podcast.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I asked if your parents were in Boston. You're like, why would they be in Boston? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I love St. Patrick's Day. It's like the most made up white person nonsense holiday.
Not the Lucky Clovers.
Yeah. East Compton Clovers, babe. Don't you forget.
Bitch, but why is my life so unlucky then? The fuck? That's wild to me.
Maybe not
some
then.
Juju. I don't fucking know. Some badass juju.
Just a random day in March then. Unaffiliated with any holiday.
Yeah. I wish. Like, I feel like when is the universe going to manifest us some, real Valentines?
You're my real Valentine. Oh.
Just
lame.
Can you imagine? Oh my God, wait. That'd be kind of cute. Maybe if you, give me enough alcohol.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, it's, in college, I was like, okay, if I'm drunk enough, inebriated enough.
Did it ever happen?
I kissed a girl.
Kissed a girl, yeah.
Like Katy Perry. I kissed the girl. I didn't really like it, but
Well, you knew.
I mean, bitch, I've been new because it was college.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. Anyway. How's your dating app life?
Ooh, my dating app life. I feel like it's one of those things.
You know why I asked that question? Because I was like, wait, you're going to go down a 55-minute deep dive.
A deep dive on the dating apps? Okay, I love that. Deep dive on the dating apps.
No.
It comes and goes. Like, I have a couple good runs, and I get a couple good dates, and I get a couple periods where it's just the Sahara and there's nothing. But I will tell you this, I do have a little bone to pick with this one particular dating app. And here I am thinking I'm going to be a little Miss Thing and I'm going to get accepted because I have 10 referrals to said dating app. And I'm in the freaking waiting room like a reject. And this app is called Raya because that's where all the hot people are. And clearly I've not. Well, how do you know?
I'm on Raya.
Are you fucking kidding me, Dane? You're on Raya. I can't get on it. I had 10 referrals, and my friends are like, "Oh, I see them going out with these really hot people," and I'm like, "Oh my God, where'd you find that?" I'm
Street Raya is very different. I feel like from gay Raya.
Yeah.
But also wait. So
Sponsor
you got referred?
Me. Yeah, I got referred from my friend who was on it. And then that started the application process. And then once you sync your contacts, you can see all the people who were on it. And I had 10 people.
You clicked ask for a referral.
Yeah, I did.
Do you have fake friends? Because they could have declined you. What if your name just popped up on their phone? Because that's what happens when it's when someone asks you for a referral, I can accept or deny it.
Oh
and
my
so
God.
did all.
Dean. Oh my God. Well, luckily I never. Okay. Can you imagine this parallel universe if I asked you for a referral and you said no, and this was the thing you've been wanting to do? This,
well, I didn't know you
then.
Before you, when did you apply? When was your application?
God, I applied about a year ago. Yeah, I applied about-ish a year ago.
It took me a few months, but here's my theory of why I got on, okay? This was it was during COVID, and I feel like they ran out of people to admit, so they were like, okay, well, we'll admit him. But that's actually the second story that I had. I was like, maybe they admitted me later on, but the real reason was because, girl, if y'all don't know this, email the support team, be like, is there a glitch in your system? Because I've been stuck in pending and the abyss for so long, and
still waiting.
I don't know, I feel like there are a lot of people being approved for Raya,
don't you know I have a podcast?
This is before then, girl.
No,
this is years ago.
They're going to be like, and so does everyone else in Los Angeles. You all have podcasts.
Literally everyone.
If that was the accepting criteria, there would be a line out the block.
No, but that was when I was not even making content. I was just literally working as an assistant. It was when it was 2019, 2020.
That was still kind of new then, right?
No, it wasn't though.
Really? Because I've been on other ones. So I've been on I did The League years ago, 2018. I did The League.
Girl, I have a story about The League.
Oh, I've done Bumble, which was I don't do now. I never just did Tinder. I do Hinge currently. I'm a Raya reject, so clearly I'm not on that one. I don't have a Grinder. Clearly I don't have that.
Okay. I mean, hey, you never know.
I know people that do it to be social. They're looking for friends.
Oh, girl, listen. Let people make their own choices.
I,
You know.
I am for it.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Hey.
Me sitting on the subway train in New York City going to a married DL guy's house.
Just
Just kidding.
He's not, though.
Hopefully he's not listening.
He won't know. If you say married DL guy in New York City, I mean, like, come on.
Everyone.
Like, it literally, you know how they have those, like, find the, like, sexual offenders in your area and the red dots? It'd be like all the married DL guys. It would be like,
that's what's scary, though. Actually, it's really scary.
Close up.
That's actually really scary that you bring that up.
Crashes the server at the RNC. The whole server crashed.
Imagine mid, like, trying to get a hookup and the whole server just crashes. You like, all your nudes are just out there. Like, what happens to them? So they just, like,
I don't
they're
know.
just in the abyss.
They're
Do you realize that? Like, me when I overthink, right?
yeah.
I overthink sometimes. I'm like, wait, like, sometimes, like, you're just, like, zeros and ones. It's just, like, in somewhere.
You're in the cloud.
Girl, am I okay?
Your dick pics are in the cloud somewhere. Just, like, randomly floating about.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm a virgin. I don't
Yeah,
have
right.
to- I don't have
Born again.
nudes. I'm born again.
Born again.
Re-virginized. Anyway. No, but okay, so the league you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So one time they have like League Live.
Yeah.
I
remember
randomly signed up for it one time. And bitch, not me, like I was like shoving my face with a burrito. And I didn't know that it was like then. Like if you clicked like join it, it would like make you go in. And so it's like me like shoving my face with a burrito and this man comes on and like they don't like show you like their name or like they give you 2 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And it's like immediately I was like, oh God, he's not gonna want to match me back. He didn't. But he was hot though. But
if you like what you see with this burrito, imagine it could be you.
It. No, I should have just deep throated that whole burrito because honestly, I just bit it.
No, that's your audition. You're like, show me what that mouth do, and you clamp down on that burrito. Oh my God.
Well, I was literally eating because it was like lunch or like I don't know. It was like maybe it was dinner. I don't remember, but
okay, so
I'm doing audition.
So this is just off the wall because it's just us. There's this scary movie out apparently. I think it's called Teeth, and it's this like horror film about this woman who I guess lures men in and she kills them by having sex with them, but her vagina has teeth. And I've heard guys be like, man, that's like my biggest fear is like a girl who has like a vagina for teeth. I'm like, then why the fuck do you put your dick in women's mouths? Like that is a whole top and bottom set that you are so unafraid to do,
Exactly.
but you're afraid of a fictional movie.
But
like,
also that's not even real. It's like, but
yes,
the thing
it's fictional.
It's a contraction thing that like people are talking about. That like sometimes like you know like in the medical field, I think I've like done some research where it's like sometimes the penis can get stuck if it's like due to like vaginal like
contractions. Well,
or like
no, it will not get stuck. No.
I think there's a condition. Maybe I'll search it up. I don't know, girl.
I
I'll
mean,
search it up.
there are conditions where it's painful and it's more like tight, but that's usually like you have to go through like, you know, like mind body therapy for that. And it's usually there's like a bigger issue with the mind and the body not, you know, working together.
That's probably.
But they're
I don't know, girl.
they're like stuck together.
Educate me.
They're fucking stuck together on the ER stretcher. Like
no, literally, I watch too much Grey's Anatomy or like fucking.
Okay, well that's not real. That show is not real. There's only so many times a hospital can be shot up and bombed without them closing the hospital down and everyone in intensive therapy.
That's true. However, I need to be delusional enough to think that Grey's Anatomy is real because, fucking what's his name, Patrick Dempsey.
Oh my God. I mean, I was delusional enough to think everybody in the hospital is that good looking. I mean, I was delusional.
Did you see Patrick Dempsey
He's
recently?
such a silver fox. I love him.
Like,
I don't even care that he's nearly 60. I don't care. Like,
he didn't look 60 in that reel that I sent you. I was
oh
like,
God, he's so handsome and he races cars. He's a great guy.
honestly, also
Well, I
during
don't
like
know.
Valentine's Day, all these videos like start coming out of like people like showing their like significant others or couples, and like this the other day I sent you a video of like this like I don't know if it was a straight couple or a gay couple, I don't know, but like she put a video of she's like, oh, this is what I come home to because my husband's training for a triathlon.
Oh yeah, and that video was
And
great.
I'm just like, what? May this life fucking kidnap me and find me.
Okay,
Like,
so funny story. Back to the
what the
dating
fuck?
apps. I was talking to one of my best friends, and he was telling me, you know, he's going on all these dates, and you know, I was just like, what do they look like? Because I get so excited for my friends. I want to know what their pool is. When he sends me all of the matches he has, I kid you not, my Apple Watch alarmed me for a noise complaint because I screamed and I was like,
Oh.
are you kidding me? Like,
Why are you screaming?
straight hinge versus like,
Screaming louder than you would like during intercourse.
I was pretty loud in that car. My watch was like, hi, there's like a noise pollution hazard, like, or 90 decibels and above. Like, this will damage your hearing if you continue screaming at this rate. Like,
I'm shaking. Not it being like you're in a concert.
your decibels right now are delusional, and you are causing permanent hearing damage if you do not silence yourself. So I see these beautiful men are like coming across this page, and I was like, if I opened my dating apps. I mean, there are good-looking people. Maybe I'm just not matching with them because I can't get on Raya. Maybe there's the correlation between like you're getting the people that you're.
No.
And
You're
I'm
beautiful. Like, first of all, no. I really think you know what it is. I think
what?
My theory on this is like sometimes like you'll have like waves where it's like everyone's so attractive that like you match with and like you're hooking it with. Because like right now, girl, I've been lucky. I'm like, damn. Like I feel like it's been making me feel like I'm hot too because it's like. The people that I'm matching with are like hot as well, and like the people I'm getting with are hot as well, which you know, no sex shaming, bitches. But I also feel like never take the suggestions from the apps because bitch, these fucking dating apps will literally be like, this is your most compatible person and show you the ugliest person on the fucking earth.
I have a really funny story for my most compatible. So I didn't realize you have to set your age preferences as like this is a non-negotiable. So right now, my age, the things that are coming across my feed are anywhere from kids probably entering college up into guys that are about ready to sign their will. Like my most compatible first out the gate was like
I mean, well he's signing
a 75-year-old man, and it just was like, do I look like Anna Nicole Smith? Actually, you know what? If the price is right, like this, he looks like he'd make a dinner reservation, and he'd want to be seen with me in public. Like I was shooketh.
Your taste, my taste. I'm like, it's starting to
cradle
smell
to grave.
It's starting to smell like, Teen Spirit. It's starting to smell like Teen Spirit. I'm like, yeah.
I was like, cradle to grave. Is that like that's my age bracket? And I'm thinking of it. And there was one time, this particular guy, I think he's close to 60. I was like, wait, he's kind of cute, but his son's hot too. So I was like, wait a minute.
Listen.
I'm at that age. If you slip up, I might date your daddy or you. I don't know.
No, listen, there are just some things that also like you can't say during sex as well. Like that reminded me of a situation where it's like I was hooking up with this one guy and he was like, "Oh my god, you're the same age as my son." I was like, "Don't fucking tell me that while you're inside of me."
Oh
like,
no.
But that was when I was very inebriated in like Mexico. I was like, I was just, you know.
Was this another American or was this a local that was telling?
It was a local.
It was a local.
It was a local babe.
Yeah, it's. Oh my god, I do have a really, really funny story. When I was traveling, God, how many years ago? I would have been like 24. I was with my parents in Europe, and my mom wasn't feeling well, so my dad and I just went to dinner, and it's just me and my dad. We're dressed up nice, and the restaurant thought we were on a date, so they sent us like roses and champagne. And I'm like, that's my biological father.
They were like, she's giving gold digger.
That's my daddy, not my sugar daddy. That man, like I share half of his DNA. This is not what it looks like.
I also feel like the fact that they assume that is very bold of them.
It was Italy, babe. I guess anything goes there.
Honestly, in Italy, love is love, you know?
You know, I love...
Actually,
I love good Italian.
I don't know. Some parts of that, I'm like, maybe it's only for the straights to love in some European countries.
Oh, well, I'll be your beard. Don't worry. They would know right away. They'd be like, these two, get out.
I mean, yeah, enter a room and they're like, girl, gay.
Like, why are they like thumping around? It's like us jumping on the bed, like listening to like Whitney Houston.
I mean,
the bed's shaking, and why are they screaming?
That scenario's not wrong.
They're singing. Like
that's not wrong.
They're having a concert.
The hotel would charge us. They're like, you've caused disruptions. Your Apple Watch everyone's Apple Watches in the building would go off. Like loud noise complaint, loud noise. Fucking pollution.
We are noise pollution. I've definitely gotten kicked out of a hotel for a noise complaint before. Oh yeah. So it was my friend's wedding back in a tiny town in Missouri, and you know, they made the fatal error of inviting all their college friends, and we're all rowdy. We decided, and this is like a podunk town in the middle of nowhere. It's actually, I think the funniest part about this is it's where in like Mormon culture they say the Garden of Eden is near. So like this is where heaven is. Well, heaven is not where I'm getting kicked out of a hotel/motel at 3 in the morning with the police because my room decided to throw a rager and people are DJing in the middle of the night and we're dancing on furniture and we had
You're
multiple
like
noise
clutching your
canceling-
pearls.
and
You're
I'm like, where am I gonna go? Like this, I don't. There is no hotel here. It was like the only two. I'm like, I can't sleep in my car. I'm like,
girl, I would just walk till the sun rose.
no, not in that town.
yeah, that's true.
Absolutely not. No. So my friends, if that were there, if they hear this podcast, they're just gonna start cackling because I have videos of that night.
Should we insert them? I'm just kidding.
It was next level buffoonery, but it was one of the funnest nights I had, minus the noise complaint and me getting kicked out. And then they're like, we're gonna keep your $25 deposit. That's how small the town was.
Oh my god, throwback to when deposits were like $25.
Now they're like $2.50.
Girl, can chips go back to 25 cents?
Oh my god.
Remember that shit?
Oh my god, I would love that.
When the UTZ chips were like 25 cents.
Those were the days. You can get like
I was a
soda.
fat kid. I was a fat kid because I used to buy so much shit. Oh girl, from the Unit Market. It was near in Queens. If you grew up with me and you're listening to this, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I did not believe for a second that you could ever have any amount of weight on you because you're so fit and you are lean. And then you showed me a picture of you and I was like, shit, you look like Panda Express right now.
Yes. Honestly, well,
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Unrecognizable.
It's because my peers gave me an eating disorder.
Oh, it's fine. Honey, I'm a millennial. We all had them.
No, but here's the thing. I feel like, no, but that's also why, like, I feel like, big as a kid, though, like, humbled me in terms of, like, I've seen the worst of humanity and I've also seen the best of humanity. You know?
Oh, no, absolutely. I definitely have, like, my weight's always fluctuated throughout my life. You know, I felt like even when I see myself in college, I'll see pictures of, like, you know, my, like, times where I didn't care as much about what I was doing and I was, like, drinking and eating a lot. And then times where I was, like, very much caring and, like, my weight would just fluctuate so much. And the difference of how you're treated when you have a little bit of weight on you versus not. Hopefully it's better. It's way more body.
It's not, but
it's not. I was gonna say hopefully it's more body positive.
Girl,
I feel like
skinny jeans are back and low-rise jeans are back.
Okay.
Girl.
I hate low-rise jeans. I just like it all just doesn't fit into the low-rise jeans, you know, like between the crotch and the ass. It's too much. I can do skinny jeans though. They actually look good on me. Like the curvy skinny jeans, like there are certain brands.
It's just so like I feel like I need to be comfortable.
Yeah, but would you choose jeans to be comfortable then is a real question.
Yeah.
Like, is that like, do you want to wear jeans like that?
I love the high-waisted, like, baggy. Because I'm a New Yorker, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, I'm a New
get you some Jenko jeans. Remember those Jenko jeans with the chains?
I want them. But I would wear them it just makes me look so snatched.
I know.
Like, snatched. No, but...
Amber alert on your waistline?
Yeah, no, where does it disappeared? But... I feel like chocolate sales have gone down because of like the whole like I feel like body positivity like has kind of disappeared.
Well, yeah.
Because of like honestly I feel like Ozempic, but
yeah, you know, it's one of those things where I think being thin, it's like being thin's in, then it's not, then it is, then it's not. And I think it's just who's controlling the market, you know, because curvy will get back in and everyone's going to get BBLs again and then everyone's going to starve themselves again. Like, honestly, I read something, you know, and it kind of put things into perspective for me where it's like, you need to fuel your body because if you are starving yourself, you're going to be harder to stand up for yourself. And I'm like, not me with this bowl of pasta, like ready to start a revolution. Like,
girl.
I like to drink wine. I like to eat food. And to be honest, okay, so funny that we bring this up and which we'll deep dive in another episode about, you know, this past like recent time out. I found that men really just don't give a shit. Like, I was floored at, like, you know, you think so much about, like, I need to look skinny. I need to wear this outfit. I need to do my hair and my makeup. If a guy is into it, he'll go up to the bar. You could be in a baseball cap. You can be in a pair of baggy jeans. You could be in a sweatshirt.
I told you.
I did not have a stitch of makeup on.
But here's the thing. Okay,
it's crazy.
That's why I'm glad you brought that up because that's why I'm like, this episode is kind of important in terms of like, if you're single on Valentine's Day, girl, it's fine. No. If, you know, you have like yourself, your friends, you go out of a bar, whatever, have fun. Like, you don't need to have a Valentine's to be happy. And, you know, like, I feel like the whole like thing where I was telling you, because like, I remember when you were like, oh my God, I'm not wearing any makeup, whatever. And I'm like, listen, girl, you're hot. The men, when
care.
You are fucking naked in front of them or like, gays too, you know?
Yeah.
It's like no one's gonna give a shit.
Yeah.
And, like, if they do give a shit, then do you even want them in front of you?
No.
You get what I mean? It's like they're probably not even good in bed.
Yeah. Well, but you get in your head because you're like
Yeah.
taught like, oh my God, like what if it looks jiggly? What if I'm not looking like some freaking crazy pornographic thing right now where nobody has any body fat and everyone's dicks are like 9 inches long and nobody has like any kind of body part that looks natural. And then you get in your head and you're like, oh my God.
And that's the
Oh my
thing too. I
God.
feel like, it's just like, it's one of those things where now it's like you can't even tell.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I mean? It's like now you can't even tell, which is the scarier part, I think, where people who have amassed a lot of wealth, like, have made like every like procedures look so natural and
Yeah.
like so like whatever that I'm like,
You never know.
and it's like people, I'm like, I feel like people should be transparent about it, which I'm like, but I also am like, respect
No.
people's privacy, like, but I think also it's like people need to be more transparent because it's like you can't have like a whole group of people looking up to you and being like, oh my God, they look like that naturally.
Well, I also, and just this is my perspective too, is plastic surgery is not a shameful thing.
It's not.
It's not. And we live in a town that is so pro plastic surgery. I think Beverly Hills is the #1 per capita plastic surgery mecca of the world. And I'm sure like it's big in Korea and other places too. I don't doubt that. But at the same time, you can't sit there and discredit the work of a surgeon who went to many years of medical school and surgical training to get you whatever you desire and achieve. And it's not shameful. You're promoting somebody who has a beautiful set of hands that does amazing work, great skills. Also, if there's a surgeon out there that wants to collaborate and sponsor me, thank you very much. I'm just plugging that out there. The universe says manifest and you
You're
shall
like
receive.
At Dr. Mike. Oh, just kidding.
Hey, you know what? Things are going to have to get nipped and tucked and retouched eventually. I'm hedging my bets wisely these days. But I would show like gratitude and respect to that surgeon who didn't botch me on the table versus being like, you know what, guys, I woke up one day and I had these perfect perky titties my entire life. It'd be like, no, babe, like, no, and it's okay to have a nip tuck. No one's judging you for it, but you can't say like my body has these unnatural dimensions. And, and I'm like, oh God.
But I also feel like it's just like this whole thing. It's like we can go on and on, but maybe this could be a whole other episode too with like the whole body thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
you're not ugly, you're just poor.
Yeah, honestly,
you're not ugly, you're just poor.
But that's honestly what it is too. But I think also it's like, it's either like you get stuff done, people judge you. You don't get stuff done, people like judge you because you're aging, and it's like
people judge you anyway. So do whatever
people
you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want. But I will say this too. It's like deal with the mentee first before you go change stuff, because it's like sometimes the reason why a lot of people get botched is because when you don't see yourself clearly, or like you don't deal with like the mental stuff, it's like sometimes you can look like so perfect and you won't see that because
and that's true. That's no matter what, if you don't love who you are on the inside, having a bigger chest or, getting the buccal fat removed out of your face or getting a facelift, like that's not going to change how you feel on the inside. So if you already feel disgusting on the inside and you're chasing external validation, who's to say you get this procedure and you get some of it, but then you're still craving it? There's still that missing piece inside of you.
And listen, I'm not saying validation's bad, because everyone likes external validation.
Everyone loves attention.
There,
God,
that's what an affirmation is, girl.
Like golden retriever energy. I love attention. Hello. That's why we're on a podcast. That's why I have a microphone.
We're like,
I don't love attention, and you're like, babe,
we do.
Babe,
we do.
You literally like
you command it. You command attention. You and your father in Italy command it.
Command attention. I was like, are we on a date right now, Dad? And he's like, what?
I still am like shocked, because honestly, no, because sometimes you do honestly go into restaurants and you're like, wait, is she like, gold digging? And like, I feel like a lot of men like worry about that. They like always judge people, being like, oh, they're always like, oh my God, like, I didn't want to get too expensive of a gift for like Valentine's Day or yada yada, or like basically treating someone else like on Valentine's Day because they're like, oh, like she's a gold digger or whatever. And it's like, babe, how's she a gold digger? Because what gold is there to dig?
Right. It's always the brokest people that are so worried that someone's gonna like come in and take the little scraps they have. I'm like, oh, come on.
Like, babe, the California rush is over. So.
Yeah, the gold rush is dead.
It's over. It's over, baby.
Yeah. Like, what? Are you looking for a girl to sign your car note? Are you looking for a girl to like, is that what you're trying to do? Are you looking for a cosigner and you're complaining about gold digging? Maybe the gold digger is you, sweetie. Maybe the call is coming from inside the house. Oh, the gold digger is you, baby.
It's all projection, girl. Yeah. Everything's a projection.
Oh my God. It's such a projection.
Yeah.
Oh.
But also, okay, so I was like doing some wholesome listening the other day to like like audiobooks, but also like other podcasts. And someone was, because I initially had like a weird, I want your opinion on this, like the whole 50-50 thing. No, but hear me out,
No.
hear me out though. You have to hear me out because I didn't want to hear them out, but then I was like, fine, I'll listen. But here's the thing, it's like you have to actually, like, sometimes, like, when you assume that, like, let's say like someone pays, like a guy pays for you, right? Or like the girl just immediately pays, or like he just assumes 50-50 versus asking, like always ask, like, oh, like, will it make you uncomfortable if I pay for the whole thing? um if I pay for the whole thing, that's like what I was raised, my values of, like, my mother always taught me, like, if I took someone out on a date, I would pay for the whole thing. However, if it makes you feel um like you're inferring it as like me assuming that you can't pay, that it's not what my intention is. It's like putting that out there, because sometimes you can get it mixed up.
Yeah.
And like that's where sometimes like dating signals can go awry.
Yeah.
And then when you just do like 50-50 because they grew up in a household where it's like people put in 50-50, but she can be like, oh, actually that makes like me feel like I'm underappreciated. It's like basically the whole value system.
Well, it's asking. It's being curious. It's being curious of saying, like, what are you comfortable with?
And
what
it's that extra step,
Well, yeah, and it's communication, which a lot of people don't have. I will say this with my chest, because I've been in relationships before when all the bills and stuff were 50-50. I'm never, ever, ever doing that again. No. I will have a dissertation about why I will never be 50-50 ever again. It's never truly 50-50. I spent way more if it wasn't, or just like chores, getting things done around the house, planning things. Like, it's never truly 50-50, because there's a lot of emotional labor, there's a lot of physical labor, there's a lot of like domestic labor that's not considered into that equation. And if it's just solely it's never going to always be 50-50. Like, you're going to have a partner that will pick up the slack some of the time, and then it should be a little bit more of a fluid situation. However, there is a lot of resentment that leads to it. And personally, for me, like, in serious long-term committed relationships, if I'm ever in one again, I will never go 50-50 like that. It's not for me.
It's a conversation that you both need to have, and like see, like, when
but I do chip in. I will absolutely chip in, but it
here's
is
the
not
thing, I think it's like
no.
I'm back. I'm like snapped out of the wholesomeness now, and then I'm like, okay.
Now you're back to delusional.
No, back to delusional. But no, that's good. It's just something I heard, and it was really insightful. However, I'm like, here's the thing too. It's like, girl, how are you gonna be a provider but not provide?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They want to be a provider, but they're not providing shit. That's the thing. And I'm not hating on people. I'm just, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about these like traditional roles. We don't live in a traditional society anymore. It's not economically feasible to be that way.
Yeah.
And also, who's to say that women want to stay at home? Who's to say they don't want to have their own income? They don't want to have their own, escape route. We're living in a time where there's just more economic options, and women are just by and large succeeding. They have in trajectory wise outgrown a lot of their male counterparts, and that is a very scary, threatening thing. But what's the other option? Suppressing them,
I mean, the whole thing
sucks.
I just even the gay community, I'm like, it's even harder.
How's it in the gay community?
Girl,
though?
I don't even know. It's like weird. I honestly, it's so, it always gives me a little bit of anxiety. I don't know. It's like the whole, because I feel like as someone who has like been very independent, I feel like I always need to have my own money and like my own, because like I will never allow, as much as like good it sounds to like, oh my God, have someone pay for my stuff. But I'm like, for me, I'm always like, ain't nobody gonna ever control me with money.
Well, yeah, the hand that feeds you is the hand that starves you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Like, let's say the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Oh.
Are you gonna be on someone's allowance? And like, that's having a power dynamic that can lead to a slippery slope, especially one of like being almost entrapped in a way. And if you can't get out financially, it's not that they were the good old days. It was that Meemaw couldn't leave because Meemaw couldn't have a bank account. Yeah. So, Meemaw dealt with a lot of bullshit behind the scenes, and she was like, I can't wait for him to die. She was planning his escape route a long time ago. I mean, but as she should though. Like, she's
come closer.
come
a little bit closer. But yeah, I just all of this, I'm like, ugh.
I know. Well, dating's hard. I think
dating is hard.
Dating's hard, and but it's part of life.
Yeah, I'm like, I honestly, right now as we're sitting here thinking, I'm like, my brain is going like, because I have ADHD, I'm like 25 million different ways. I'm like, should I ask that guy to like Valentine's Day?
I mean, the worst case scenario is he says no, and then so
if he
what?
says no, I'm gonna go
No, you're
I'm gonna
not.
unalive him.
No, he's not gonna do that. See, but like I feel like the worst case scenario is you say the word, they say no, and then so what? You dust yourself back off, and then you go back to fishing in the pond, and maybe you'll catch something. And I
Girl,
mean,
that shit is rotten. All the fish are rotten. Like, there are no fish left in the sea. It's all fucking rotten ass fish.
it's just the
It's
bird
all
flu.
GMO ass shit. Fucking plastic water bottles. Like, that shit is
It's
fucking expired.
the tilapia farms in the sand.
Literally.
The mercury's in the water.
Mercury's in retrograde and the water, bitch. I can't.
Oh no!
Literally, it literally is. Especially, I don't know. We'll see one day. I don't know. I just like, I feel like I'm in my era where it's like,
Yeah.
maybe I'm like ready to, be more committal. And it's like, it's not so much more. It's like, because I think in the past when I was very like, oh my God, I want a boyfriend. It was like, girl, you don't want one.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely had. I think, in my 20s, I think I was really caught up in like, oh my God, I need to have a boyfriend, or like it would be so great to have somebody to share all these things with. And then I turned 30 and got more, aware of who I was as a person. And just like the older I get, the less I care. That it's like, yeah, I have so many great friends. I have great family. I'm surrounded by so many people that love me. And it's like, okay, but like, it's an honor for you to be in my life. Like, I'm not going to sit there and, try to mold myself to be something that somebody else wants when it's like, wait, hold on. Like, you're lucky to be in my life, babe. Like, don't get that twisted.
Yeah, exactly. Also, it should be every day. I feel
Every
like
day.
Valentine's Day should be like every day.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel like I romanticize my life
Yeah.
in terms
As you
of,
should, girl.
I mean, I go buy myself flowers. I use good, like, body
Oh my
lotion.
God, Miley Cyrus.
I am Miley Cyrus. Like,
Oh my God, wait.
if you think you're gonna come in and sweep me off my feet with a bouquet of Air One flowers, you probably will. But also, I provide those for myself, so thank you very much. But yeah.
Me, but also when I'm like saying, I'm like, I can buy myself flowers, and I'm like sitting there mad as fuck, like,
Yeah.
bitch, where are my flowers?
Where are my flowers? Yeah.
I'm like, damn it.
Oh my God, it was so funny. One of my really good friends in the building, I ran into her, and this was like during all of like the LA fires, and I come down because I was checking my mail, and I called her. I was like, hey girl, you have a huge bouquet of flowers, champagne, cheese, and a thing of salami sitting in the mail room. And I'm like, I can't even get somebody to check in on me, and here you are getting logs of meat over the mail. And I'm like, and in that moment I was like, oh my God, I can't get on Raya, and I can't get a meat stick. Like,
Girl, get a beef jerky.
Get a beef
like beef jerky stick. I don't know. The Slim Jim.
I'm buying my own flowers, and here she is getting champagne and chocolate and flowers through the mail. And I'm like, wow.
If a man ever fucking just gave me Slim Jims as like the meat on a charcuterie board,
Would you like that or not like that?
I would literally be like, girl, where's the imported? Where's the imported meats?
Honey, the tariffs right now.
I know. I was gonna say that. I was gonna be like, well,
If you want imported meats, just go down to West Hollywood. You get a lot of imported meats down there.
wow, this is true.
That's true. What?
Okay, tea I can't spill on the right now, but it's
Yeah.
just, I'll have a story time later. But I was
We have a
gonna
lot
say-
of we have a lot of story times to come down the pike,
Yeah.
especially.
But today, yeah, and it's just like a whole Valentine's Day thing. I don't really have plans though for Valentine's Day unless I ask someone out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Or I don't know what I'm probably gonna bed rot.
it's great. Honestly, watching like rom-coms and
No.
no,
Because I
Do they
watched The
make you-
Notebook the other time, and I was like, let me go.
No. Men used to build people houses, and now they're just like,
They're building their Instagram feeds, and now like I'm like, bitch. Okay, that's like honestly some hard sound advice too. It's like unless like you're a creator, whatever. But if it's like you're just like that's not like your career path, whatever. And like I feel like it's more for the straights. It's like if your man is literally building his Instagram feed or like his social media feed, babe, why isn't he building you a house? Why is he on two knees literally building you a fucking like I don't know.
it could be a birdhouse. Just build some kind of sanctuary for something.
Right, for his little ego and his fucking birdhouse. I just,
He's out there. What are you doing whittling wood? Yeah, it's for my ego.
yeah, girl, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, sometimes their ego needs a place to like go chirp somewhere else because sometimes it's too much. Anyway, what are your Valentine's Day plans?
Oh my God, this is so LA of me. I think the night before I'm gonna go to an astrology class at the gym.
Wait, I signed up for the same thing.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wait, I forgot I had the other. Wait, actually, I think it might be after
The
it.
paralysis of choice with Dean, because you're so cool. You can go to all these
Paralysis of choice.
like, you know, the thing of paralysis of choice where like you have
Oh,
so
I thought
many.
you said that was the name of the van. I was like, I
No,
didn't remember signing up
no.
for
So
that.
you have a paralysis of choice because you have so many choices. You're like, I don't know which one
Did
to
you sign
do.
up for Run Club?
Of course, I signed up
Me
for Run Club.
too.
Okay, it is so fun. Whenever I'm working out, and then I look over and you're just like peering in the window, and Dean, I'll look over and be like, "Hi, Dean." And you're just
So if you ever do me dirty, I have all these footages to send to TMZ
about
working
me.
out.
Oh,
I'm just
oh my
kidding.
god! Actually, there is a couple. He's like, "Look at you doing your squats and lifting."
And she's like,
I was like, "Ugh!" Like, I look like I'm gonna pass out. I'm like holding my breast so hard on these like overhead.
overhead dumbbell presses, girl. I don't even know what they're
I've
called.
been slinging around 15s to 20s, babe.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. I
Girl.
know.
Love that for you.
I know.
Wait, so what are your plans Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day, probably I think I have to work that actual night, but that daytime, I know, right? Lame.
You're working that night?
I have to work that
A
night.
man better fucking be sending you flowers, or I'll send you flowers.
Oh my god, I'll send you flowers. We love it. I know.
You have to actually send me the details because I don't know how to whatever get through or like the other.
Yeah,
No.
all of them. I think my other one, but that's so funny. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Or
Yeah.
that day we can go get coffee or something.
Yeah. Because I'm going to, well, I don't know if I could say this actually. Maybe I can't because I signed the thing where it's like the event that I'm going to. Well,
Yeah.
that's the day before Valentine's Day actually.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, during the day, hopefully y'all will hear from me basically if I get a date for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I'll be screaming from the top of my lungs. That was from what? A Walk to Remember.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that movie also.
Oh.
Yeah. On the top of my lungs. Girl, I can't sing. I'm not.
Reformed bad boy falls in love with girl with cancer who's pastor's daughter. Like what in the Christian movie did we watch?
I know, but like this is like how we were raised of like these rom-coms of like these like impossible lovers, like people actually like caring about each other. I'm like, what?
Oh my god. Can you imagine? See, I think it's really cute when people have like high school sweethearts or college sweethearts. But like the thought of that for me personally doesn't work because I'm like, can you imagine like your whole life you're just like
You're like for everyone, but not for me.
I could see where that can get a little sticky in the midlife. I could see why people might buy Corvettes and start sleeping. I could see why we're out at dinner and we see people with girls their children's
like
age.
the thing about it,
It's not right though. I don't condone it, but
I mean, I don't want to be mean. Actually, whatever. But I feel like when you get like high school sweethearts, as like much like cute it sounds, I feel like you start the de-glowing process really quick.
yeah.
The de-glow up process really quick.
So you think you revert?
You get uglier faster because when you're like you start dating like someone, and I feel like sometimes like when you're together for a while, it's like you just both kind of like you stop like starving yourself, like
you stop.
You stop.
Okay, there is something to be said about post breakup revenge bod.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm not kidding you. Whenever
not Kim, Chloe.
It was Chloe. Whenever I ended a relationship like about a year ago, my body instantaneously dropped like 7 pounds. Like I think it was just stress.
The stress.
And I like woke up one day and I was like, whoa, like my skin was clear. I dropped some weight. I mean, granted, like, that goes back on, back off, like the never ending story of my life. But yeah, no, there is something to be said about like, oh God, I'm back in the wild.
In the trenches. But honestly, every time I made a video about this one time, I was like, when you get your heart broken, girl, it's the spite that gets you.
Oh.
Every time someone like fumbles me, breaks my heart, I get hotter. I'm probably gonna get another certification, another degree, another like I'll learn how to fucking like fly plane. Like I don't know, like I
don't fly planes right now, babe. Please don't.
I'll be competent.
I'm not gonna let you do that.
I'll be competent.
Please don't. Yeah, no, it is true. Like that little bit of spite and like call me petty, but no, when you see me, you're gonna be like, holy shit, like she is that girl. Like,
but
you should be
I'm
so
happy
lucky
for everyone though who
I'm happy too. I'm happy for you guys. I think it's great. I think it's sweet when you're like you don't have that feeling of like what else is out there, because that can really be a trap. Like it truthfully can be a trap if you're constantly thinking about the next best thing.
That's how the gay dating community is.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because I feel like
straights too, though. I mean,
I feel like it's just the world we kind of live in, where it's like I think everyone's always like, oh, I feel like the ego has a little bit to play with it, because sometimes we're always like, oh, like what if I'm settling? What if I'm,
Yeah.
And it's like, baby, what if you're settling? You're the settled.
What if you're the settlement, babe? You're not the settler.
Yeah,
you're
right.
The settlement.
Like, baby, relax, but also like it is true where sometimes like at the end of the day when you keep on doing that, it's
Yeah.
like people can see right through it, and then they're gonna
Yeah.
feel like they're not enough around you because you keep on trying to look for the better.
I don't love that. And I also think that, like, objectively, if you think about this, I think people think they are hotter than what they are. And I think that it gets really precarious
Really?
when, yes, I think that there's a lot of people that walk around with a little bit of confidence
I
that
wish I
I'm
had
like,
that.
right, I know. Or
I would be
what
interested.
gets a little crazy too is when you start dealing with people who are not good looking but they have money, so they think that they're more important or they're like hotter than what they are, but it's like no, like you're leading with your money. You're not leading with your personality, you're not leading with like your looks, you're leading with just cold hard cash. Cuz I could think of a couple people that are like that.
Yeah, but I feel like
It's
at
like,
the end of
ugh,
the
it's
day, it's like you
gross.
can't really find that type of true love. Like when you like, it's like because you that's why you see like so much of like as much as money buys like comfort and like of
Yeah.
like things that like therapy, everything, whatever. But it's like I think to a point where it's like when you don't see people for their actual qualities but the quantities of the things in their life,
Mhm.
it's like that's when you get into trouble. And I feel like
Yeah.
I'm really like I hope like everyone in a relationship out there like that you're happy, and if you're not, girl, fucking leave.
Yeah.
Like leave.
For
Life is
real.
too long to be in something. People always say life is too short. I'm like, babe, life is too long to be so unhappy.
Yeah. Well, it affects your health on the line. If you're
Yeah.
really in a constant state of stress and unhappiness, it will wreck your whole body.
Yeah.
It's not good. It leads to people getting sick. Like,
That's what I tell everyone too. They're like, "Oh my god, like your skin, like
yeah.
you it looks good and stuff." I'm like, "It's because I don't let people stress me out anymore."
Yeah. Well, that's what like people told me. They were just like, "You look lighter. Like you look." Someone said to me at work, they're like, "You have a glow about you these days." And I'm like,
The first thought that pops to your mind, I'm pregnant.
"No,
I'm just kidding.
absolutely not." I pledge allegiance to California and Gavin Newsom.
I'm losing. I can't.
No,
Because that's the first that would have been my first thought. If I was a woman, I'd be like,
that would be my last thought, babe. That would be
wow,
my.
I really have self confidence issues.
I'm pregnant. My last thought would be, "You're glowing. Are you pregnant?" That would be my last thought in my mind. I'd be like, "You're glowing. I washed my face last night." Like, I do have a cool light, like LED light mask that I've been using. Maybe it's
Well, maybe.
maybe.
No, one time I think I used one of those masks and it like tanned my face. I think I put it off too long. I can't. This is why I can't have nice things. Honestly, I don't know how to.
No.
I'm just like, I need my jeans to do its thing because I'm like, I think every time I use that external thing where it's like people recommend it online, I'm like, it just never works for me. And I just end
Yeah.
up like, no.
Well, you have a very youthful presence and a youthful face to you. So like,
Thanks.
I know it's a compliment.
I look younger than I did, I feel like, before I was like 21.
Yeah, I feel like when people ask my age or assume my age, they don't think I am as old as what I am, which is good. That means I'm.
People think I'm like 5 years younger than I am. Thank God.
Well, I mean, 5 years younger is like what?
22.
Oh my God, to be 22 again. Oh.
I mean, I feel like here's the thing. I feel like I'm 22 because I lost all the years to COVID,
True.
which is so annoying.
Oh my God, yeah, you did lose some good years to COVID.
Yeah, but that didn't really stop me.
Yeah.
I still developed really crazily. I'm crazily into delusion.
Yeah. I mean, 5 years younger, man, when I think of myself in my mid 20s, oh my God, I had the best years of my life. I was in Europe, I was partying on boats, I was hot. Like, I was that girl. I was in Ibiza. I was like,
Damn, I'm not doing enough.
oh,
Shit, I need to
no.
book my flight tomorrow.
It was the time of my life. And I still want to,
Fuck.
and let me tell you, I still throw down like that. Like, I will never stop
Oh.
wanting to have fun in that way.
Well,
Like,
same, but
I was
my bank
partying in
account ain't
Mykonos,
bank
bitch.
accounting, so
Yeah, that's a little bit of a situation,
That's why I'm like,
we're getting into.
now the
What
will
is
don't
money?
sound that bad.
What?
That will don't sound that bad. That little signature.
Well, you're on the boat with the man.
I fear it's giving Splenda always. Make sure it's not Splenda, girls. No.
Get the sugar in the raw. If you're gonna have a sugar daddy,
Not the
sugar.
sugar in the raw. You said sugar in the raw. Bitch.
That's the best sugar there is. And I mean that because I put that in my coffee. Like
Okay,
I actually legitimately, it's the best sugar for coffee.
Okay.
But that's a double entendre that I enjoy.
I love that for you. We're gonna have a great Valentine's Day, I fear.
We are.
I fear, and I hope all of you have a great Valentine's Day. Do you have anything else to talk about?
No, but if you guys do have good little Valentine stories, DM us on our socials. I would love to read some like good stories or even like tragic stories, like
Yeah.
Valentine's Day gone wrong. Because I feel like that's something we could. Oh, do you have one? Ooh.
No comment, but also I was gonna tell you something after you finished.
I'm finished. Go ahead.
Oh well, the fact that you said gone wild stories, but you know how like the other like these like Reddit forums. I made a Reddit for us for our podcast. It's literally because I took the name. I was taking the name of like this podcast everywhere just in case people were taking them. So I have a Substack, and also there's a Reddit like community now called Definitely Delusional.
Oh my
So I made sure to
god,
take it.
the Delulu crew. Give me the Delulu crew.
Hashtag.
I love it.
But yeah, join it. Maybe I'll link it also in the episode just so people can join it and they can like. We need a moderator though because I feel like there might be.
Oh, we're gonna get so much hate. Honestly, I thought at one point, like, if
Haters are fans.
Hey, okay, so I do have one last closing thought, and I will never forget this. My sorority sister. It was like the moment that was a huge light bulb for me, and I've told her this story, and she just cracks up because she doesn't remember it. So I had a sorority sister in college, and she was just one of the most confident, amazing girls ever. And I will never forget coming up the stairs of the sorority house, and we had this big bathroom with like mirrors everywhere. So you pretty much like you saw everything and everyone. And she was just like, she was so drunk. Like she was drunk. And she's sitting like perched up on the counter, like talking to herself in the mirror.
Ooh.
And she's like, "You're so hot. I love you so much." And she's like, "I love my haters maybe even more than I love my fans." And I just remember that confidence was like a lightning bolt through my head where I was like, she just does not care. She doesn't care what anyone thinks. And I think it was the coolest thing ever. And I told her that story and she's like, "What?"
She's like, she's like, I don't remember that.
Recollection.
But here's the thing, like, I feel like naturally we all like want to love ourselves, right?
Well, it's hard.
It's
in
hard.
In a world that wants to tear you down, it's really hard.
But if one skill I can give to anyone, it's like when I stopped giving a shit is when I just like felt so much just better. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I'll get like insecure sometimes and I'll get worried and I'm like, but at the end of the day, I'm always like, oh my god, none of this really matters.
Yeah. And I think we
at
give
all.
people too much power. Like, do you really think that people are sitting around thinking about you all day?
Exactly.
No. Like, everyone's worried about themselves. Everyone is caught up in their own bullshit and their own insecurities. And like, I would be a little concerned if someone's like, "I think about you all day, every day. I know your schedule better than you."
The schedule part, girl, no, but I do
like,
want someone to be thinking about me.
I mean, I do, but I'm also kind of like, can we get a hobby? Like,
Yeah, no.
if I'm all you have to look forward to all day long, I'm sorry, the bar's pretty low. You need to like pick up like knitting or pottery.
No, literally, not pottery.
Because if I'm your hobby, honey, we gotta go back to the drawing board.
You're like, back to the stick figures, baby. Back to the stick figures, because we cannot.
Absolutely not. No.
But anyway, so share your Valentine's Day stories on our comments on Spotify, I guess.
Yeah.
Reddit. Or just DM us, DM me, and maybe we'll...
we'll read them.
We'll read 'em.
Anonymously,
Maybe,
of course. You know,
if you want.
If you want.
But, you know.
Anonymous. We love anonymous things.
Or we should get people to like send in voice messages. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, if you don't mind your voice being shared. Some people, but it's, you know, like when you watch a show and people are in witness protection, it's like that, like very marbled.
Not Witsec.
With the very like marbled when it's like, this is an ex gang member, and they like tell you how they did their crimes, and it's just all like pixelated voices.
Oh my god, wait, one more delusional thing before this episode ends. Oh my god, like you speaking about Witsec, I'm like, wait. I always had this thing where it's like, I've always wanted to like, you know, maybe like be an FBI agent one day and go undercover and like fall in love with someone by accident, but then like never be able to be with them. Is that an attachment wound?
I feel like that's the like plot of Spy Kids, how the parents met.
I love Spy Kids.
You just ripped the plot line of Spy
Did
Kids. Well, they fell in love. They weren't supposed to, but they ended up married. But like, it's like Mr. and Mrs. Smith vibes, like spy movie.
I'm unwell, maybe. Whatever. I'm unwell. I'm unwell, y'all. Whatever. I'm fucking unwell. I'm fucking unwell.
You're like, I thought of this amazing plot line in my brain, and I'm like, honey, it's a kid's movie.
This is when I tell you I can't see any red flags. I can barely like remember the plot of a movie.
Dude, what I've always said is that red flags are green flags and green flags are red flags, especially if you're colorblind.
Can you blame me?
No, you're colorblind.
No, but like
They're all
also
the same.
in Chinese culture, red is lucky.
Red.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
So in Chinese culture, do you say it's red flags or do you say that they're like green flags? Like, is it reversed, like the way toilets spin in Australia? Because to spin backwards there, is it different in China?
I don't fucking know. I really don't.
Can you
know.
what's that app that you can talk to people in China?
Oh, girl, that app is kind of, they're canceling me right now.
What did you? Oh no, is that for a different episode? Why you're getting canceled on Red Note or what is it called?
I'm not getting canceled, but like one of the videos I posted, people were getting so mad because I said this one wrong word. And it was not even a cuss
Oh.
word. It was just like they were like, "Oh, how dare you?" Blah blah blah. And like, but I was like, "Wait, guys, I'm Chinese. Like, don't bully me." But like, I think they could forgive me. It's fine. It's just like it was so funny, but that's a story for another time.
I can't wait to dive into how you're getting shadow banned on it.
I'm really not though. Actually, like, yeah, it actually boosted my following. That's when I say haters. They be
Well, you
boosting.
can ask them what red flags, like what they're saying is, if they even have that. Because it'd be funny if it was like, no, our red flags are green flags. You're
No,
like,
they're like our red flags are just green money. Just like we just like don't even look at red flags. We just look at green money. That honestly is
same.
Oh, well.
Well,
Anyways, thanks for listening.
thanks, guys.
And hope you have a great singles or Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Or Dadentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Or
Day.
maybe you're polyamorous, or maybe you're out there looking for whatever comes your way that night.
Or your bed rot day. Make it whatever day you
Whatever.
want. You know? Anyway, yeah, my name is Dean.
And I'm Emily.
And you can find us on Definitely Delusional Pod on Instagram. Mwah!
Mwah.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
Mwah!